Hey guys, welcome back to Sticks and Stones. Today I got a special video for you guys. So this tank here is actually the first tank that I bought when I started back in the hobby. Like I said, maybe in the first video that I did, when I was a kid I had a fish tank, but after that I hadn't had a fish tank for probably 15 years. So this was the first tank that I bought when I got back into it. And today we're going to do one final scape before I decide to swap it out for something a little higher end and a little nicer. So I'm thinking for this tank, for its final build, we'll do something simple. Maybe just some basic river rock and some wood, and make somewhat of a North American river tank is what I'm going for. I have ordered some plants that are native to the waterways of North America. Not all of them grow in the same regions, but I figure for this tank, some various types of Ludwigias and a plant that I got that I haven't used before that's a ground cover plant that is from North America. I can't remember the name of it now, but when I do the planting I will tell you what it is. But I'm thinking, yeah, something simple with some easy plants, low tech. This isn't the light I'm going to be using, it's just the light that I have on right now because it's easy to move out of the way easy to move it out of the way if I need to. So yeah, we'll get started on some substrate. I think we'll do sort of the same substrate that I've done in the past, which is a base layer of some lava rock, some nutrients in the form of some pond soil, and some other additives. I haven't really decided yet, but then we'll cap it with some sand, and then I actually have some gravel that I harvested from a beach nearby, one of the local lakes. But everything I'm going to be using, from the wood to the rocks to the gravel, is all collected locally. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's get started. So first we're going to hit it with some lava rock. A little dusty, probably could have washed it, but that's okay. Just use the whole bag. I want a little bit more height on this side because that's the side I'm going to prop up the wood for the scape. Then we're just going to hit it with a bit of this green sand. We tried this in the other tank, my South American build, and it seemed to work out pretty good. So not going to use a lot though, we're just going to put enough in there for a bit of long-term nutrients. That's probably all I'm going to use. And we're also going to throw in some horticultural charcoal because this is also really good for filtration. A little bit of that is fine. What I'm also going to do is, if it'll focus for me, throw in a few of these root tabs. I'm going to pull them apart and spread them around the substrate for just added nutrients. That. The other thing I'm going to add, because I ran out of that pond soil, is just some used aqua soil. There may not be much nutrients in there, but the root tabs hopefully will charge this a little bit. These are in media bags, just sort of nice, so it won't lift out of the bag and onto the substrate. Won't be able to see it. Now the roots of the plants will find this, so we'll find the substrate in the bag, so don't worry about that. Perfect. All I'm using for this little capping layers, some more of this Quikrete all-purpose sand. I'm just going to spread this around a little bit. This isn't our main capping layer, so I don't really care how it looks really. It's just to help hold those nutrients down a little bit better than the gravel. I'm just going to pull it away from the front of the glass so that you don't see the actual sand, you'll just see the natural gravel that we picked up. So that's the substrate in, the main nutrient layer and the filtration layer and our, I guess you'd call it our topping layer, but we do have our natural gravel we're going to put over that once we get the hardscape in. So yeah, the only thing now is to put the hardscape together and see what we can come up with. I'm just going to keep it simple with this one. This is actually, oh, there it is. I was going to say these are actually multiple pieces of wood that aren't glued together yet, so we're going to have to glue these just so that they don't float and fall apart. I'm not going to use many rocks in this scape just because I don't have a ton of room. But all they are just some river boulders that I picked up on the beach. I just want to make sure that I have some glue points for this piece of wood. So that rock will do a good job for that. That rock will also act as a good anchor point too. Now I still want to leave some room in the foreground so I can plant my foreground plant. There's only one, so I'm not going to do too many more rocks. I might do one more, but I haven't decided yet. I think that's all I'm going to do for the hardscape. 3 rocks, a few pieces of wood. I just need to glue some points so it won't float, and then we can add in our final substrate layer, which I think is going to look really good. And then maybe some larger decorative pieces just around these larger river rocks here to kind of bring it all together. And then we can get into planting. I'm already liking how it's looking. So I'm just going to use the paper towel and this liquid super glue method to glue these down. I don't have much super glue left, so we're going to have to make it last. Just take my paper towel, clump, and I'm going to sort of stuff it in the cracks here. Maybe I shouldn't have had that coffee because I'm pretty shaky. That should do. I'm going to do one more piece in there. Unfortunately, the nozzle to my super glue container has completely glued itself shut. I'm going to have to just pour it on. Nice and slow. I think that should do it for that piece. I'm just going to take some sand and try and hide this as best I can. It's not working very well. There we go. Do the same thing with this piece here. I don't know if you can see that smoke, but that's the chemical reaction taking place. Don't want to breathe that in. Sand. I'm going to do one also in filter here because this is a separate piece of wood. Now we're going to go in with our final capping layer. Stuff that I collected from local beach. I'm really liking the look of this stuff. It's got lots of like reddish and purpley tones to it. It's quite nice. And it sort of matches these, well, I guess these rocks are probably what eroded to create the sand, so that makes sense. Perfect. We're just going to finish it off with a few larger size pieces of gravel that came from the same beach. Okay, so everything is done except for to fill it up and plant it. Now I did grab a small Nicrew hang on the back filter just to cycle it, for now anyway. I haven't decided whether I want to put a mini power filter in it. I have it already, or if I just want to do a no filter scape and maybe just run a small circulation pump inside. Haven't decided yet, but the glue points should be just about dry. I might give it a little bit longer before I fill it up, but we're almost ready to plant. The next time you see me, we will plant this tank and see how it looks. So it's the next day, and all the glue points should be quite hard by now. It definitely shouldn't float. So I think we're going to plant this tank. I don't have my plants ready yet, but I will do that. But yeah, everything looks really good. I've had the night to sort of look over the hardscape and see if this is what I would want for this tank, and I think it's perfect. Just simple 3-stone layout, some nice river gravel, some larger decorative gravel around it, some simple plants, and I did swap out the cheaper light for this other budget light. It's a Lomini Asta 20 freshwater LED spotlight, and it should give us a really nice shimmer when we fill it up. So yeah, I think that will do a really good job of both fitting the vibe of the tank and growing the plants. Now I know yesterday I said I was going to keep this low tech. I may add CO2. I do have like a CO2 generator that uses citric acid and baking soda. I may use that for the early stages of the tank just to get it give it a bump start, but I haven't decided on that either. But anyways, let's get to planting. So this is the first plant. This is the foreground plant. It's called Littorella uniflora, and it is a North American native carpeting plant. And basically I just took it out of this tissue culture cup and separated them into several tinier pieces to plant. It grows similar to like a dwarf Sagittario or a hair grass, where you plant one little piece like this and it spreads throughout the entire foreground over time. I haven't tried growing this plant yet, but we'll see how it works. It's going to take a while to plant all these little pieces, so bear with me. So that's the foreground planted. I think it looks pretty good. I like the color of it. Really, the contrast between the green and the dark browns and reds and purples and such looks really good. So before we plant the mid-ground and the stem plants, I think we're going to fill this up because it'll make it easier. I just recently got a Python system, and it works really well. I'm really glad I acquired that. It's really changed the game as far as water changes and tank fill-ups go. So we'll do that, and then we'll get into our stem plants. So we are all filled up now, and none of the wood floated, which is pretty rare. I've had some bad experiences with wood not staying glued down, so that's a plus. So anyway, we have our stem plants right here that we're going to plant. Right here, I pulled this from another tank. It's Lobelia cardinalis, which is another North American native. And then we have Ludwigia red, I think. It's not super red, it's just the regular red variety. And then we also have another popular one, which is Ludwigia repens. And finally, we have another common plant in the hobby, Bacopa caroliniana. And I think with all those combined, it should make a really nice North American planted tank. Alright guys, so we got it all planted. Sorry if the filming was a bit janky. I've got a pretty confined space right here. As I was planting, I did notice that the wood piece was quite floaty. It didn't float, but I feel like if I didn't secure it with a rock, that I'd wake up tomorrow morning and it would all be at the surface. So that'll be on there for probably the next couple of weeks until it gets waterlogged, and then I'll be able to take it out. I've just put that small micro hang on the back filter on with some cycled media to cycle the tank, and I've just moved the light to this side so that the light can cast to all the plants, just because that rock is blocking a lot of light on that side. But yeah, I think it looks really good. I can't wait for it to grow in a bit more. A lot of those stem plants struggled in transit, so we'll see how they turn out in the coming days and weeks. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for stocking in this tank. I have a lot of shrimp in another tank that I'm taking down, and maybe I'll put them in this one. And for fish, I'm not really sure yet, but we'll see. Maybe just something simple. But yeah, I think it turned out really good, and I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Again, it's the last build that I'm going to do in this tank, and this tank's, you know, it was my first tank getting back into the hobby about 4 years ago, and I wish I had taken a picture, because the first build I did in this tank was just basic gravel, carob sea gravel, and some fake wood and fake plants and some mollies. And now I feel like it's come full circle, where I've gone from not knowing anything about planted aquariums to, after 4 years of doing it, mastering my craft, at least I think, and making something like this for its final build. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I've got lots more videos to edit that are going to come out probably around the same time this one's going to. There's been some changes in the fish room, so yeah, stay tuned for that. And yeah, thanks for everything, and we'll see you on the next one.